lay, last few days actually, when he thought he's off the hook or he's in a winning position, that's when he kind of relaxed a little bit too early and let his opponent out of trouble.
This is incredible stuff here, really is. You're being treated, ladies and gentlemen. Andrea Henderson, Kamsky's going to end up winning. Can't believe it. He was losing some time ago. He had an awesome win yesterday, incredible. I don't think he's going to win this particular match. I think most likely this is going to end in a draw. But
you never know. I mean,
never know.
I don't even see a draw anymore for white.
Wow.
You know, we saw the perpetual check a couple moves ago, but at this point, black's threats are actually deadly. It's not just to make a draw.
All right, let's have a look at the other games. We've ignored them slightly, and we've had a lot of developments in all of them. So let's go straight from the top. Tomaszewski, Morozowicz. Well, looks like Tomaszewski's got a big position.
Well, there's a lot of changes in the position, and generally speaking, I think it's to black's favor that those d5, d6 pawns disappeared since we last looked, and because that gave white a space advantage. Now white still has the pair of bishops, but that bishop on a5 is in an awkward position. It may be just trended out there. Yeah. You know, a little bit. Well, of course, white has a good thing going for him, a knight coming to d5, probably within the next move or two. So it's really, I think, very concrete position, the ones Morozowicz kind of likes, and see if he can create activity and some dynamic here with rook c6 perhaps, and then doubling rooks. But, of course, the knight d5 coming there is worrisome for black.
I think now white's got access to this d5 square is the reason why I think I slightly prefer white. Yeah.
Strategically, definitely. The question is the concreteness of the situation with maybe bishop f8 or rook c6. Black really must act right here, right now. Otherwise, he'll be in trouble.
Right. Okay, so...
And Shak made a move with his
Mamedyarov
king,
made a move. Okay,
moving out of the discovery.
Well, queen e4 check played by Gadat.
Oh, so now, of course, white is up a bishop for one pawn,
but then
or actually two pawns, as a matter of fact.
Queen f4 check.
Winning the rook back on c1.
And we looked at this.
So now the big question is how dangerous really that c-pawn is.
Well, if you go back to e1, you can check, and if you come back, that leads to a beautiful perpetual check. Queen e3 check, bishop e2, queen g1 check, bishop f1.
Well, the queen can still block as well, and then king f2.
But then the pawn promotes.
Yeah.
So you got actually that's a perpetual check.
Wow.
So as a result, you probably have to go back to g1 if you're trying to win.
To gain at least the tempo.
But after queen takes c1, I take black.
Wow.
Well, mate, actually, I say I take black. Of course, white has got a draw in hand with just queen takes pawn.
And then
c2 and just queen f6 and e6 or some combination.
Right, and then black will have to force the draw with queen e3 and queen h6 and that type of thing.
So maybe check.
What an escape.
King, where do you move the king?
G8.
But even this is just a draw, right?
Yeah, oh yeah, not more than that.
Not more than that.
Pretty amazing.
King h7 actually. Hold on a second. Careful. This is unbelievable.
And Shak
king
moves
e2.
to e2. Queen takes.
Queen takes c1.
So now, what does white want to do here? If queen e7, still c2, and the pawn is...
Even queen e7 now, we've got a decent little check.
And then c2.
And then c2, and...
you know, white at best will have perpetual checks.
Yeah. Incredible stuff, really. Well, again, we'll keep an eye on that. Let's go to another game. Let's go to Granda Caruana. Granda needs to win, and he's played rook f5. Like we were saying before, he finally got it in, but Caruana is ignoring it.
Yeah, that's the problem. Would black capture the rook for the bishop, which normally is the good thing to do, right? The bishop is a less valuable piece than the rook. Would open up the light square, bishop's diagonal, and the e4 square for the knight.
Let's use an example. Let's say white were to play b3 here. Bishop takes rook, pawn takes, and then if the knight were to go, let's say, somewhere passive like h8, knight e4, and suddenly knights and bishops are worth more than rooks in these types of closed positions. So that's why Caruana is simply ignoring that. So the big question is, he's played rook f5, but how does he make further progress? Is he going to play knight f3?
Well, possibly, because then the bishop on g5 actually needs to do something. It will be under attack. So actually, he's pulling some magic here. You know, at least creating some life into the game that seemed kind of dead draw. He's using his only chance, let's put it that way, good or bad.
Yeah.
Well, in the Kamsky game, Gata did take the rook on c1 as predicted. So now the question is, what can White do? Because c2 is coming. Yeah, and if king d3, that's suicidal.
Okay, we've had another result. In the meantime, Svidler has taken another quick draw against Lei, and looks like Lei resolves some problems there. Let's have a very quick look. Svidler played knight a4, a5, and he managed to get a pair of rooks off the board, and Svidler probably unhappy with the way things have gone there. White still has a bit of an advantage, I think, but you know, that's a great result for Lei. With black means that he goes through to the tie breaks, and you know, he's a very good tie-break player. So we're joined actually
both players.
by both players.
Yeah, welcome, Peter, Lim. Let's ask Lim first. He's usually the less talkative of the two. I think you need to push the chair back perhaps a tiny bit
we'll try
closer
and
to
get you in
Lawrence. How was the game from your perspective?
Well, I think after the opening I was slightly worse. I was afraid of his plan g4, g5 maybe.
Yeah,
but I think that maybe what should try, but of course it's a little bit risky. So the final position, I think I has equalized after I just before queen before bishop e8 and
yeah, you just play bishop e8 against any move, yeah.
Yes.
That's what I thought, yeah.
Yeah,
I thought I was planning to take with the queen because to leave at least some kind of, you know, targets, but still bishop e8 is just, I mean, it's very comfortable for black because I now have to take, I mean, if I take on c8, knight takes, and the knight actually comes to a very nice square on d6, yeah, I mean, queen c7, knight d6, black is just not worse anymore.
Yeah.
No, obviously somewhere around move 18, I mean, the principled, somewhere here, I mean, the principled way to proceed is try to give mate, but I couldn't make it work. Because, I mean, g4, let's say rook fc8, and if I go g5, he will take, go knight d7, and I wasn't sure what was going on, and
so
or possibly knight h5 even, and g6 and knight f5.
Probably g5 was a little bit premature.
Yeah, but
how about queen d3 first? Yeah, that's
yes,
what
and force black to play g6, and then maybe queen d2. Okay, I think anyway, why should try this? Because there's no real threat on the queen side.
But I spent all this time considering knight e5, knight a5. Knight e7 really didn't worry me about it very much, and then I just I couldn't quite make this work for some reason. Although I mean, looking at it now, I don't know why I didn't play it, and but it's just somehow it didn't feel particularly winning to me. I don't know. And also, I thought the plan on the queen side was good. I thought that, you know, I'm getting some pressure, but a5 was a bit of an unpleasant surprise. I thought a3 knight a4 is a bit unpleasant for black because I was hoping I will be able to, you know, fix the pawns on the. I mean, queen take queen b4.
That's a direct
that's actually a direct threat, which has to be parried. Yeah, and I thought after a5 I will have something, but I just couldn't find anything there because if bishop d3, I think there's something immediate here. Yeah,
then I think I would play knight f5, or maybe straight on c1 first, and play knight f5. Knight e8, actually, yeah, rook c1, take on c1, queen c1.
Yeah, the problem is now I'm out of squares for the knight as well, so f6 is becoming a bit of a problem for me. So I don't know. I mean, objectively, I should have played for mate, but. As I said, I mean, I was my major concern was not this, obviously, but knight a5 after knight e5 on move 17, and basically, had I played the bishop e1, rook e1, Had I played bishop b1, rook e1 immediately, and then I would have had like 50 minutes at this point. It would have been a bit slightly more comfortable, because as it happened, we got to this position and I had maybe 25 minutes left. Having spent, well, probably a bit more than that, but not much more, and having spent all that time on I don't know what, frankly, and starting some very principled play on the king side with this little time. Also after g4, let's say if f3 rook c7 g4, black could try something like maybe knight d7 f5, I don't know. I mean, black is not sort of entirely without counterplay here, but yeah, I mean, this